This is the Solly Baby Wrap tutorial that you actually need. What makes this different is that I'm going to first run through the steps really quickly, and then I'm going to pause at each step so that you can do it along with me. Let's get into it. So I'll first show you this quick run through version, and then I'll do it slowly so you can do it along with me. So you find the center by the tag, put it around your waist area, cross in the back. I usually kind of drop the fabric before I go over my shoulders. Then I go over my shoulders. Grab the center fabric, stick it through the center. Cross here. So you hear my husband playing with my daughter in the background. And then we cross to the back, cross to the front, double tie. And there you have it. Sometimes I do a little adjusting, but now I have my wrap on. Now I'm going to do the tutorial nice and slow so that you can follow along with your wrap. Go get it if you haven't gotten it already. Take your wrap out, open up the fabric, and find the center of the fabric. The way you're going to do that is that there's a tag that's right in the center. Now you're going to take that wrap, the center piece, and put it right around your waist. For reference, this is where my belly button is, so you can see I'm trying to just put it around my waist so that I get some support from my hips there. Also, I wouldn't make it like really small, but I also wouldn't make it really kind of the whole fabric laid out flat. So there you have it. Almost looks like a belt. It's kind of cute, actually. Anyways, focus. So in the back, you're going to cross the fabric and hold it out to the sides. Now, I'm actually going to grab some of the fabric and let it fall like this. What that does is it lets the fabric be easily distributed when I put it over my shoulders. So I'm going to put it over my shoulders. Here's what it looks like in the front. And what I'm trying to do is let the weight or let the fabric distribute around the back so that the weight is also distributed. Now you're going to grab the fabric and I kind of pull it up like this. So in all the fabric, you pull the little belt part and stick it through. Again, you can redistribute the fabric a little bit if you'd like. Now you have your two tails here, you're going to cross them. Here's an important piece about the crossing. The crossing becomes the seat for your baby. So if you have a younger or smaller baby, you want that crossing to be up high. If your baby's bigger or older, you want it to be a little bit lower. If you often find that your baby is sitting too high or you feel like it's too tight, then during this stage, when you do the crossing, you're going to want to cross it lower. If you are finding that the fabric is sagging or you don't have a nice kind of tight, cozy spot for your baby, then you want to cross it up a little bit higher. So once we've crossed it, you bring it around to the back. You can tie it back here if you would like. I like to pull it around one more time and tie it up here. I double tie. Now at this point, you're probably thinking, oh, I should really subscribe to this channel. I mean, Tara has already given me so much useful information. I would not want to miss out. And you know what? I can't argue with that. I think that's rational, solid thinking on your part. You're so smart. So practice it a few times before you try to put your baby in it. It does take a little bit of practice, but I will say, I think it's really worth it. It's comfortable. It doesn't feel like a big structured carrier. And it's actually kind of cute. If I used to put this on just with a tank top or even just a sports bra, and it would kind of look like its own top. So I really liked that about this. And I think the colors that they have are amazing. The one challenge that I have with this wrap is that, as you noticed, as you're putting it on, the fabric actually touches the floor. Now at home, whatever. But if you're out and about trying to do this, I just don't want this like dragging on a public floor. Granted, this part doesn't really touch your baby, but nonetheless, I still don't love having the fabric dragging on the floor. So when my daughter was little, I could put this on before I left the house and it would just kind of stay on because it's comfortable, it's soft, it's kind of cute. So I would just leave it on. As she got bigger and bigger, I would have to redo the wrap each time that I took her out and put her back in. So at that point, it became kind of not my go-to wrap anymore, but I really miss it because it was so good and cuddly and just soft. So this is definitely my favorite wrap. I'm going to put my daughter in the wrap. To be very clear, this child is too big to put into the wrap. She definitely exceeds the 25-pound weight limit. Yeah, she's the only baby that I have, so she's going to go in the wrap. I would also say the weight limit is 25 pounds, but I think it really maxed out at around 20. The first thing you're going to do is take this kid, put him over one shoulder, and then I'd put my arm right through here, and then I grab her leg and I stick it in. All right. It's a little bit easier when you have a smaller child. Then you push her to the other shoulder, and then same thing, put your arm through here, and then put her leg through there. Voila. Now, you take this wrap and stick it under her butt. So now I've made a little seat. What do you think, babe? You like it? Do you remember being in this wrap? Same thing. It does. Wrap it over here. And now you can see she's got a little seat here. Oh, instant cuddles. Yes, baby. Now, this is the part that I think is the trickiest. You have to pull some fabric to put kind of behind her back, but it's hard to tell what piece of fabric because there's so much over here. If you're back here and you're like, oh, I can't. You usually don't have a mirror, right? So you're feeling around. Feel for the piece that's going diagonal because these pieces are going horizontally, but this one is going diagonally. So you take the diagonal and again, you put her leg through it. It's going to be harder because again, she's too big for it, but right there. And then you can do the same on the other side, feeling for the diagonal piece. And you're like, cutie, cutie. Thank you. There we go. And now, this piece that you just pulled, you see it's underneath her butt. I'm going to pull it up. And that's really what makes it secure. Oh, yes, I love you. Have a kiss. Thank you. That's it for our tutorial today. Thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you in the next one. I love you. Oh, I squish you. I squish you. I squish you.